Thanks very much, Chair, and thank you to our witnesses for being here. Mr. Chiu, the information you've provided this committee certainly shows an astounding double standard that existed between the way that the Prime Minister's office and what is not just the office of the Prime Minister, but the establishment of government and the massive resources that exist in the context of whether that be directly with security establishment and intelligence apparatus, or the communications capacity of a government that is the size of the Government of Canada. It shows an incredible double standard that existed between the way that they treated a threat of disinformation targeting their political fortunes versus the political fortunes of their political opponents. Is that something that you'd agree with? And would you have any further comments on that double standard?
Thank you, Chair. Through you, I certainly get that impression myself as well. The Panel of Five and the Site Task Force, these are decision makers that aggregate and assess on aggregated information that is provided to them. So they are very far from where disinformation and misinformation happens locally. Canada has 338 ridings right now. There are many communities and ridings in that are relatively in isolation, perhaps. Stevenson Richmond East, for example, is in the city of Richmond that has more than 55% of ethnic Chinese, and then the rest of 45% are composed of also multiculturalistic communities as well. So there are all ample opportunities for ambitious foreign actors to sway the result and change people's mind.
And if I could, and I'll, for the last 90 seconds or so, I'll pass it over to my colleague, Mr. Brock. But would you be willing to share, you said attacks on your integrity. Could you share with the committee some of those personal attacks, what you experienced, and hopefully if you can keep it in about 45 seconds, and then I'll pass it over to my colleague.
Even until recently, when I when I was summoned at the commission hearing, there had been still disinformation being spread on CRTC regulated airwaves that says I am a liar, that says there has been zero proof for the Uyghur genocide that I advocated, that my proposed registry for foreign interference, it's entirely designed to persecute Chinese. So these attacks continue. I imagine they're concerned about me running again, and therefore harming their ability to propagate these attacks.
Thank you very much, and thanks for being honest with this committee, because I think that especially with somebody with your background, to face those attacks, I cannot imagine how that made you and your family, the challenges you faced as a result. But I'll pass it over to Mr. Brock.